Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing this face here today. It's a cool toned blue shimmery smoky eye using the shade Blueberry Swirl from the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. It's actually a pop of blue in the palette that is like pretty much a warm neutral palette, and so it kind of isn't one that I reach for as much, but I thought I should play with it some more, and so I created this look. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey there angels, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look here. It's just a really fun look that took me kind of ages to do using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet palette. Typically I reach for the warm tone shades in here, but today I reached for the cooler shades in the palette to create this smoky blue eye. I hope you like it. If you do and you want to see how I got the look, then please keep on watching. Hello, it's by Bare Naked Face, and I'm going to go straight in with some NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is the one in the cute pink packaging that went like kind of viral on TikTok. It was pretty popular. And I'm just going to pop this on with my Mermaid Salon little dirty foundation brush that I keep using. I'm really into this brush. It's just like, I like how large the actual brush head is because it means you can really easily cover a large amount of area, and for face products it's nice and easy to apply. Also the shape of the curved bristles make it easy to get into like areas like around the nose, edge of the face, spaces like that. It's just a very easy brush to use, and I feel like I'm just painting my face as like a giant canvas. It's just like easy to be like ba 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 and go over everywhere. I'm just going to smooth this primer over my whole face, and then I'll go in with some foundation. So the foundation that I've been using recently is almost gone, but I have a couple more uses left in it, so I'm going to be using it today. And it is, as per usual, the Rimmel Lasting Matte Foundation in the shade 103 True Ivory. I'm just going to squeeze it out down here just because there isn't that much left in it, and I kind of have to like work to squeeze it out. There we go. Maybe there's like one or two more uses left in that one, but as you know, it's not my favorite foundation. I say that every time I use it because I wouldn't repurchase it. I think I just got a fluff in my foundation. Yeah, I felt it. There it is. Got rid of it. Anyway, it's just like a hair that fell out of my head that fell into my foundation. I'm just going to paint this all over my face like the cakey lady that I am. And I'm also going to take it down the neck because that's important too. I like using this foundation brush as like a giant paintbrush. It's just so easy to cover the whole face really quickly. So always take it down your neck because then you don't look like you're wearing a mask as much. I don't always follow that tip because, to be honest, sometimes I forget, or sometimes it's not something you should forget though, but like, you know. Also, I am really excited to do this look because it's kind of different to all the looks that I usually do with the Too Faced Semi-Sweet palette. You'll have already seen in the intro, but usually I do a like warm neutral nude look with this palette, and this is almost the opposite of that, and I'm really excited to do it. I just think it's gonna be cute. Obviously I haven't done it yet, so like from this Emily's perspective, I have no idea what it's gonna turn out like, but from the Emily of the future that you've already seen in the intro, she already knows it worked out. I trust it'll work out. It should be fine, but you know, I don't really know what it's going to look like yet, so it's kind of exciting for me. I'm going to go in with some, what's this called? Concealer, and it's just the concealer that matches the foundation we just used. I actually like this concealer quite a fair bit. Not saying I'd repurchase it again, like it's not like that life-changing, but it's actually pretty good. I like wearing the concealer on its own. I feel like it matches my skin tone well and has a nice finish. It's almost got like a tackier finish, if that makes sense, but I'm really into it. So I'm just going to use the same brush and like tap this over the under eye area. I kind of applied concealer recently in a large triangle under the eye, and that's the shape that I'm into. I know that isn't everyone's favorite concealer shape, but I'm into it, so I'm going to do that for me. And I'm just going to pat that in. I find this brush so easy to use. As you can tell, I can really get under the eye right in there, and I can like smooth out anything I want. I can pat it to remove any extra brush like strokes. That's the only thing with like brushes like this that I don't like, is you can get too many like brush strokes through your face, but if you just pat, you can kind of remove those. So that's why I'm like patting over after I smooth it out. That's good enough. I'm now going to set the face with some powder, and the powder I'm going to be using is from Maybelline. It is the Fit Me powder. It's a loose one in the shade, oops, I just dropped my highlight. It's okay, it didn't break because it's just from Colourpop. I really like that about these Colourpop Super Shock ones, is that you can't really break them. Anyway, this is Fair Light from Maybelline. It's just one of their Fit Me powders, and I'm going to be using this number 100 brush from Real Techniques. It's from their Bold Metals line, and I'm just going to pat this over my whole face So it's really cakey and very set. You don't have to go as hard with base products as I do. This is just the life I live, but you don't have to live the same life as me. You can be a bit more light-handed with your makeup application if you want. I just like a lot. I feel like putting on a lot, so I do. But yeah, this is the regular schmegular routine that I've been doing recently. Same thing as always. You guys have been seeing me do pretty similar face base kind of products in most of my tutorials recently, just because it like sets a good base for me. I feel like I'm pretty well like concealed, masked, all the things that I want to feel. I feel like it's a good base to apply my products on top of. And I like to set my foundation because I just feel like it's less likely to move, and my bronzers and all my other face products apply more evenly on a set base because my base isn't like irregular or tacky or anything. So I'm just looking around for my bronzer. There it is. So today the bronzer I'm using is from the Body Shop. It is the number 3 bronzing powder in the shade Medium Matte. Just looks like this with a little hexagonal like honeycomb pattern on the top there. Sorry. Oops, I dropped another thing. I'm just going to go in with this Real Techniques brush, which I don't know what it's called because the name has rubbed off the handle. I've had this brush for yonks and it has served me very well, but I don't have the name of it anymore. If you want to see my entire brush collection, by the way, I uploaded that very recently, like this week. I uploaded my entire brush collection to my channel. If you'd like to see literally every single brush I own and like want to hear me talk about each one, what I use it for, where it's from, all those kind of things, or if you just want to see like an overview of every single brush that is in my collection, it's up on my channel if you want to check it out. I would watch it on double speed personally, but you can do what you want. I watch like everything on YouTube on double speed. I think I've mentioned that here on YouTube before. I just like to watch things on double speed. After my bestie Laura told me that you could watch things on double speed, I was addicted and I haven't looked back since. And honestly, if you could watch things on like triple speed or even 4 times speed, I would, because I just love speeding through a video, watching it really quickly. I can keep up with listening to someone speak really, really quickly. And so why not watch more videos in a shorter amount of time? Why not learn more faster? Anyway, that's what my face looks like now that I've bronzed it everywhere. I like to over bronze because I like to over cake. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's why a lot of people say that I speak fast. I don't think I speak that fast, but like I understand if you think I speak fast because like I'm sure I do speak a little quicker than the average Joe, I'm sure, whatever. But like I'm just packing on some blush from Kylie. This is in the shade Pink Dreams. And I'm just using the brush number 300 from Real Techniques. But yeah, I feel like I might speak more quickly in some of my videos than others because I may have been recently watching YouTube videos. And when I watch YouTube videos, I watch them on double speed and then my mind is like, you know, I'm thinking to speak more quickly. I just like fast videos. And I feel like if you speak more quickly, you can say more in a shorter amount of time. You're getting through it really quickly. So yeah, that's why I guess I speak faster. My dad doesn't like it. He thinks I speak too quickly and he can't understand what I'm saying. That is my blush done. Let's go in with eyes now. I'm really excited about eyes. So I'm using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. It's one of my favorite palettes of all time. It has some beautiful warm tone neutral shades, but today we're using that fun pop of blue, and I'm really excited for it. So I'm going to start off by kind of setting the entire eye with the shade Coconut Cream, which is that matte, like light, I don't want to say white because it's kind of like a cream shade. Coconut Cream is a really good description for this shade. I'm just going to set the whole eye with that. With this number 200 brush from Real Techniques. Just setting the whole eye all the way up to the brow bone, just really going in with it. And I'm going to do that on the other side, of course. Oh, I forgot to contour my nose. Wait, let's do that now before I forget and things get out of control. Well, I don't really know how things would get out of control, but better do it before I forget. I've lost my bronzer. I reckon half of my videos are me being like, wait, I misplaced this, and then looking around for it. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to use the same bronzer as I used on my face. It's not the ultimate contour shade, especially for a nose contour, but whatever. I'm just going to make my nose a little orange because I don't really mind that much having an orange nose. It's not my preference. Like, it's probably a shade in this palette which I could use instead, but now I have an orange nose. Perfect. Let's use this powder brush. This is the brush. This is the brush that I use to powder my face earlier, and I'm just going to blend my nose a little bit using that powder brush just to like take down the intensity of the bronze, and it'll look more normal later when I go in with some highlighter. So don't worry too much, things will work out. I thought I'd like over bronze there. It's just the muscle of my face. Sometimes I look at my bronzer and I think it looks really strange, but it's just, I'm like trying to like smile really awkwardly. It's like the lines on the side of my face where my smile muscles are. It's just those lines. It's not actually some random contour that I've put in a like line down the side there or along there. Anyway, yeah, that's just the line of my cheek. Okay, that's fine. I feel like I have two lines. We're not going to get into it. Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm going to use this brush to set coconut cream all over the lid. And now that I feel like I've done that to a satisfactory extent on both eyes, I'm going to go in with the shade Mousse, which is this matte, kind of neutral brown down here. I'm just going to sweep that through the crease as well, just to like deepen up the eye a little bit, give a little dimension. And then I'm going to go in with another matte brown shade. I'll show you in a second when we get there. So the next matte brown shade I'm going to use is called Puddin', and it's this one right in the center here, and it's another matte kind of brown shade again that I'm going to sweep through the crease just to deepen it up even further. Nothing too out there, just a little dimension and shape. Ooh, my eyelids are looking a little rough today, not gonna lie. There's a little bit of texture on the skin because I've been doing makeup and then immediately removing it and then immediately putting on more. My eyelids don't like when I do that, so that's why I don't upload like back-to-back tutorial. I find that my skin can handle about one tutorial a day. Like I can film and do one full makeup look a day, and that's the limit for my skin. Otherwise it will get irritated. Which makes sense because, you know, in a normal day you only put on one face, you wear it for the whole day. If anything, you like put on another one at night time if you're like changing up the look or like adding more. But it's not like you're changing your makeup every like couple hours away. I wish I could to upload more makeup videos. Anyway, so now I've added the depth and dimension that I kind of want for my eyes. I'm going to start from front to back and put on the accessory shades. I don't know if that made any sense, but you'll see what I mean. I just want to use this little tapered blending brush. This one is from Nude by Nature, and I'm going to grab Butter Pecan, which is this beautiful champagne golden shimmery highlighter shade down here. I'm going to pack this on the front of the eye as though it's an inner corner highlight, and also across the front of the mobile lid. So I'm going to work from lightest colors to darker colors and hope for the best. I haven't actually done this look before, so this is the first time me trying it out. It's going to be here on camera with you guys. This shade adds like a bit of warmth. It's not as intense of a highlight, so I might go in with an inner corner highlight or like intensify the brightness at the front here later, but it is what it is, and it's good enough for now. I'm just looking for a brush that I would like to apply the blue shade with because I want something that's got a little bit of stiffness but not too stiff. This is what I'm looking for. This is called the shading brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to grab that shade Blueberry Swirl now, the iconic blue shade from the palette. I'm really going to dig in because last time I used this shade, I used a I like gave it hard pan because I used a liquid on the eyeshadow, which I shouldn't have done, but I wanted the intensity. Okay, there's going to be a lot of fallout because I was rough because of the hard pan. I don't know if that's a problem with the eyeshadow or just a problem with me, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab this shade and pack it on. I definitely have hard pan. I scratched it to remove the hard pan, and there's like a hole where I've scratched because the hard pan was so extreme. Oopsies. Anyway, I'm taking this up into the crease there, just on the center of the mobile lid in the middle of my eye. And I've given myself a blue nose because of the amount of fallout. There we go. I'm just going to dust that away immediately with the brush because I don't want that to stick. I'm just going to keep on packing on this blue shade, even though it's kind of difficult to work with the hard pan. It's not the shade's fault. It's my fault for giving it a hard pan. So I'm just going to take that on the center of the lid and do the same on the other side. Just scratching the hard pan away that I put on myself and popping that on the center of the eyelid there. It's actually a really beautiful shimmery blue shade. I don't get enough use out of it because every time I'm reaching for this palette, I feel lazy and I just go for the same boring neutrals every time. But I shouldn't say they're boring. They're actually really beautiful. I love this palette. It's probably one of my favorite palettes that I own, and it's definitely one of my most used ones. But the blue is just underloved because it's a bit more out there. This is a lot of fallout, but we're going to trust the process and we're going to keep going with it. Okay, let's dust off that. I think I should get some powder on another brush and use that as a dusting brush. Putting powder on the brush gives the brush a little bit of give so that when you're dusting off fallout, it kind of, I don't know, it dusts it off more easily when you have something on your brush to work with. That's just my opinion. My experience, I just like to pop a little on the brush. Okay, so now I have a blue on the eyes. It's a little bit wonky, so let's take it up a little bit higher. I want to make it a little bit higher on this side, at the outer side, and make it a little bit higher on this side all over. So it's up through the crease a little bit, you know, not just on the mobile lid, just because if it's only on my mobile lid, it'll be kind of like a shorter eye, if that makes any sense. Now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in with the black shade at the bottom. It's at the top of the palette. This shade here is called Licorice, and it is a matte black, and it's a very intense matte black. So I'm just going to grab this on the same brush and kind of make a outward kind of shape. This is not precise because if you know my style of doing eyeshadow, I like to place the shades down first and then go in with a brush to blend in a second. So this is just the placing shades down part for me. And then I'm going to go in with a Blueberry Swirl again. And now that that brush is dirty with the black, it's going to be a little bit darker. And I'm just going to smudge that into the lower lash line, into the outer 2/3, just to deepen up the lower lash line there. It's really messy at this stage, but we're going to trust the process and keep going. So now I've got blue on my lower lash line, I've got the blue on my lid, and I've got the black on my lid. Let's clean it all up first because it's getting in my eye and it's making a mess. Whew, there is fallout everywhere. I don't believe that's the palette's fault. I believe it's my fault for making hard pan last time I was using this palette. It's really messy, but trust the process, guys. Sometimes it looks crazier before it looks more cute. Okay, I would like to, now that I'm like looking at it, I would like to take this a little higher up here. Let's clean that up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that's good enough. So now that I'm happy with the overall messy shape that we've created, I'm going to take another brush and blend. The blending brush I'm going to be choosing today is going to be, oops, dropping things left, right, and center. The blending brush today is going to be this one. Actually, no, I lied. I'll use this one. This one is from Real Techniques, and it's the number 203. It's kind of a long blending brush, and I'm going to work from the front to the back. So I'm going to start off by grabbing Butter Pecan, which is that shimmery shade, and blending that through the front of the eye just to make sure that the front shade Butter Pecan is blended with the second shade Blueberry Swirl. So that was actually pretty easy. I feel like that's pretty blended. Now I'm going to grab Blueberry Swirl on this brush and just make sure it's all blended up nicely the way I would like it to be. Just going to be blending it upwards and outwards to make sure the shade Blueberry Swirl is diffused upwards into the rest of the lid. I'm not worried about blending Blueberry Swirl with the shade Licorice because I can do that in a second. I'm grabbing just the slightest bit of it on the brush so that the brush has something like some sort of product on it so that it's easier to work with, but I'm not too stressed about grabbing too much on the brush because if I want more product on the lid, I'll just grab the original brush we used, just the shading brush from Real Techniques, and just pack it on more intensely if I feel like it. I kind of do on this eye, so I will. Just want a little bit more, yeah, depth. There we go. And then I'll just go in and blend again. How have you guys been? What is happening with you today? Right now in Sydney, it's actually nighttime. It's very cold. It was a sunny day today, which was nice because it's been raining this week recently. So it's nice to have a sunny day, but it was a really cold sunny day. Like even though it was sun, it was not the temperature of the sun. It was just a fake sun. The sun was pranking us. I'm also going to blend the lower lash line, just smudging that through so that it's all diffused nicely, so the edges are all smooth. I find that if I look up when I'm doing my lower lash line, it means my top eyelashes won't get in the way as much, so I like to do that. There we go. Okay, now I feel like this look is like a little bit patchy still. So I'm going to go in again and clean it up even more with this like face powder brush that I've just got some face powder on. Just because I feel like there's so much fallout Also, this will look cleaner when we put on, what's it called? Highlight. Because the highlight, I don't know why, but highlight always cleans things up. Okay, I kind of want some more black on the outer corner just to make sure that the outer corner really lifts. I kind of like the look of a more cat-shaped eye. And if I put too much like dark colors or intense colors in the center of the lid, I always find that I feel too centered heavy, and that's not the kind of eye shape that I think is most flattering on my eye type. And so I always don't like the way those looks turn out as much. So I'm going to add some more black on the outside just so that I feel cuter, because it will make me feel more confident in this look. And I want to look back on this eyeshadow look that I did and be excited for it, not just like, oh, I ticked it off my list, I gave that a go. I want to be really happy about it. So I'm just going to blend that extra black shade that I added. See, that is way more depth that I want. Yes. And I'm doing the same on the other side. Should I add even more blue to the center just to make sure it's like quite blue and not just like black everywhere? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. It took a bit to get there. Trust the process, guys. It's going to be a really long video. I'm sorry. It always is. Do you prefer the longer format videos from me, or do you prefer the shorter tutorials? I used to upload shorter ones, but then people liked the longer ones better, so I started doing the longer ones because maybe you like me chatting, maybe you like life, I don't know. But I can always go back to the shorter ones if more people prefer that. It's up to you guys, really. Okay, that brush is super dirty now, so I'm just going to grab this kind of like lip brush from Real Techniques. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to go in with the blue shade again and pack this on the center just to make sure that it's definitely clear that this is a blue look, not any other color, not gray, not black, not beige. I don't know, wouldn't really look very beige to me, but just throwing things out there. It's definitely blue. Yeah, and this looks quite blue now. Just to re-intensify the center there. Perfect. Now I'm going to go in again with that cleaning up brush and dust away the excess, because there really is just that much excess. I'm being quite rough dusting that off because there is so much I really got to get in there to get rid of it all. Okay, let's go in with some highlight now because I'm really excited for some highlight. Oh, let's blend the front actually. There we go. Just to even that out a little bit. You can never blend too much, you know, when in doubt, just blend. If you didn't blend enough, it's not that big of a problem. Just like, it looks better when you do blend. I feel like my eyes look uneven. I can't be happy with this look. It's fine. I'll feel more confident when I have eyeliner on. We're going in with highlighter. I can't just look at my eyes all day and be upset about it. They look fine. The highlighter today is Flexitarian from Colourpop. I'm using an angled highlighter brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to be popping this everywhere, starting off with the cheeks. And as you can tell, it's going to clean up the eyes down there. Just going to, like, I don't know, lift them up, make them look crisper, sharper, and highlight does so much to a look. I already look glowy and cute, and I'm not over it. I love highlight. Flexitarian's a really good icy shade. It's kind of like, I don't want to say darker for an icy shade, but it has some sort of like neutral undertone that looks really flattering on my skin tone. A lot of icy shades can look really like too icy on my skin tone. I was looking for the word there. A lot of icy or white kind of highlights can look too icy on my skin tone, but Flexitarian kind of almost has a skin tone base to it or something. It's really magical, and so it just looks great on the skin. Even though it has that icy reflect, it doesn't pull too icy on the skin to the point that it looks weird. And so this is why I still reach for it over all the champagnes in my collection, because champagne is most definitely the best kind of highlight for my skin tone, just because like I have warm undertones, yet I still reach for Flexitarian because I think it looks cute. I'm just rubbing in some highlight that I felt like was making a line on my face, but it's not that big of a deal really. I can have a line of highlight on my face, don't really mind. Okay, I'm also going to go in on the center of the nose. I'm going to use that little what's it called, tapered blending brush from earlier. I'm just going to take the highlight on the nose. I kind of draw a line down the center of the nose there, and then I draw a little like thing across the top just to like really identify that, really like draw attention to that, and then I do a little dot, like a little dash across the center there to bring that forward as well. So that's how I do that. I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with this shade, and I might even go in on my inner corner just to really highlight that. So this is what I'm going to do on my brow bone, just blend, blend, blend. Great. And I'm also going to do that on the other side, of course. Stunning. This is such a nice highlighter in that it is so bright. Some highlighters, you know, they don't have this kind of a reflect. This one isn't like your skin but better. This one is like highlight. Like it is intensely a highlight and it is unapologetically bright. I'm just going to add that to the inner corners there to brighten up the look. Just on the front of the eye and under the front tear duct, kind of joining it up with the lower lash line, just so that the eye is totally, I don't know, it's totally decorated. Is that the right way to say it? Just gonna blend that together at the front there so it doesn't have a harsh edge. There we go. I still feel like this eye and this eye look different. This one, the darkness comes across more, and this one, the darkness doesn't come across more. I'm gonna even that out off camera because you probably don't want to see that. I'll come back when I fix it up. Sorry guys. Actually, when I'm gone, I'll also do my liner, lashes and brows because you don't want to see that as well. It's the same every time. I'm trying to mimic this eye on this eye because this eye is shorter, this eye is longer. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I evened it out. It wasn't that hard. All I needed to do was take the black across to the front more. I should have just done that. It wasn't that hard. Okay, so I'm back. My eyeshadow is a bit more even now. My brows are on. It's the ColourPop brow pomade. I used the Morphe 165 little angled brow brush. Just looks like this. By the way, the brow shade I use on my brows is black and brown. I use my where is it? On the floor. Oh my goodness. I use the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner. It's the one that I always use with the like metallic lid. Just looks like this. Maybelline Hyper Sharp, yada yada yada. And the same lashes as I've been using in my tutorials recently. They're probably from Daiso. I really don't remember at this point. So I know exactly what lip product I'm going to use today, and I should use some lip balm first because otherwise my lips are going to look crusty. The lip balm I'm using recently is the Burt's Bees Hydrating On. Coconut and pear, white lid. Does the job. And then I'm going to be popping on this really old shade from ColourPop that they don't sell anymore. This came out from their first collection with Karuchi they did. And this is the shade Chi. It's just like the perfect cool toned neutral liquid lipstick. It isn't one that I've reached for as much these days, but this used to be one of my favorite shades of nude in high school, back when cool tone nudes were like a little bit more trendy. Now I go for a warm tone nude, but you know, oops, I just went out of lines. Whoopsie. I'm just going to go straight from the applicator and apply this all over the lip. Like that. This used to be like one of my favorite shades, and I'd wear it to school like every day when I was in high school. Like it was one of my favorite go-to shades at the time. Really affordable. It might not be available anymore because obviously that collaboration was yonks ago, but you can find very similar shades. This is a dupe for KVD, like I don't know what KVD is called now, but KVD's Bow and Arrow is literally the exact same shade in my opinion. And a lot of cool tone lipsticks that are neutral are, it kind of is on the brownier, a little bit darker than my usual neutral, but still works. But yeah, this is the completed look. I hope you liked it. Sorry the eyeshadow took a while to get there. I'm like trying to figure out what my preferred hair situation would be. Probably like this, yeah. Anyway, this is the look. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I upload very frequently. And that's all the things I have to say. Turn on post notifications, hit a little bell if you want to see future uploads from me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye guys!
Here are some close-ups of the completed look. It is like this. I felt quite cute considering it was a cool tone look. Typically, I feel my best when I'm wearing warm tone makeup, and so feeling cute in a cool tone look is a special occasion for me, and I quite liked the way this came out, and I definitely should reach into that blueberry swirl shade some more because, you know, it is a bit more out of the comfort zone when I'm in the mood for a neutral eye, but it's really cute and it's really fun. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!